Perfect. Voice is clear. Yes, yes. That is good. That is good. Okay. All right. So let us start our session here today. So, guys, yes, before starting our sessions, as always, let us just try to have a very, very small and a quick recap of the concepts which we had covered in our yesterday's session. So, guys, yesterday we started discussing about data types. So, yes, we know that in Java, basically there are two types of data types are there. What are those? Primitive data types and non-primitive data types. Non-primitive data types or reference data types or user defined data types all are same, but yesterday we had mainly concentrated on understanding primitive data types. So when you're speaking about primitive data types, basically these primitive data types are classified into three types: numeric, character, boolean. Numeric data types are again classified into two types: integral and floating data types. Integral data types, when you are speaking about integral data types, basically there are four integral data types are there: int, byte, short, long. What is the default value for all these integral data types? That is perfect. For floating data types, what is the default value? How many floating data types are there? Oh, what are those? Float and double. Guys, kindly please do remember this. Float accepts after decimal nearly 6 to 7 decimal values. Float accepts 6 to 7 decimal values. Double will accept 14 to 16 decimal values. One more time. Float accepts nearly how many? 6 to 7. Float. Double accepts 14 to 16 decimal values. So if you are having more than 6 decimal values, it's always advisable to go to double. As simple as this. And after that, yes, we discussed about char and boolean. Please tell me what is the default value for char data type? /u 4 zeros, not space, not blank space. I hope you're understanding the point here. So yes or no here? So default value of char is NPC, non-printable character. Yeah, we already covered that. And after that, we discussed about boolean also. We know that, I mean, what is the range of boolean? Range of boolean, true or false. What is the default value for boolean? Obviously false. And yeah, we already discussed about these default values, and we know that, listen, we know that in Java every number is by default considered as int. Number is by default considered as int. Every decimal value is by default considered as double. Decimal value considered as double by default. Number by default considered as int. Guys, in Java there is this concept, like if you want to convert, I repeat, listen, if we want to convert one data type into another data type, we can do that. What is that concept known as? Typecasting. How many types of typecastings are there? That is correct. Two types of typecastings are there. What are those? Implicit and explicit typecasting. I did not explain about implicit and explicit typecasting. I just said what is typecasting. What is typecasting? Typecasting means converting one data type into another data type, and basically there are two types of typecasting: implicit and explicit. That's it. I mean, not more than that. In our coming classes, we are going to discuss about these typecasting concepts also. Kindly please wait for that. Maximum below 10 days only will be trying to discuss that. Okay. Now, so these are all the concepts which we had covered in our yesterday's session. Now, guys, please answer my question. How many Java language keywords are there? 3. 50. Nearly there are 50 Java language keywords are there, and all these 50 Java language keywords, every Java language keyword always starts with a small letter. We already know that. Why? Because Java is case sensitive. Now, if you observe them, please observe this. All 8 primitive data types are keywords. All flow control flow statements, keywords, modifiers, keywords, public, private, protected, static, final, abstract, synchronized, keywords, and exception handling keywords, try, catch, finally, throws, assert, class related keywords, class, package, import, extends, implements, interface, keywords, and object related keywords, new instance of super, this, like that. Guys, every keyword we need to cover in our core Java classes. Every keyword we'll be trying to discuss that. Actually, we already covered nearly 15 to 20 keywords. For example, all 8 primitive data types are keywords. Do we know this? Yes or no here? Public, private, protected, default, class, package, import, interface, all, I mean, come on, enum, all these are keywords, guys. You already know that, right? Yes or no? Now, here, I just want to say one small point, that is true, false, null. I repeat, true, false, null, these are not keywords. These are literals, means these are values. True is a value, generally 10, 20, 30, like that. I hope you're understanding the point. True is a value. False is a value. Null is also a value. Those are not keywords. Kindly please don't get confused. Am I clear with this? So one last time I am saying true, false, and null. These are not keywords. These are values. Okay. Right. Now, so no need to write this, guys. No need to write this. Anyways, I'll be uploading this entire data in the Google Classroom. No need to write. Okay. Now, comment. So, if we want to keep multiple lines in comment, no. Let's go with single line. Basically, what is the use of a comment? What is the use of a comment? For example, I'm writing main method. I'm writing main method. Okay. Now here I'm writing this is required to run a Java program. Now, am I getting an error? Why I'm getting an error? Why I'm getting an error? Actually, that is a syntax error. The reason why I'm getting an error here, because my compiler is considering this also as Java code. Are you understanding the point here? See, this is not Java language. This is English. But my compiler is considering that this is as a Java code. So it is saying that there is literally no words like this is required to run a Java program. Are you understanding me? Respond. Let me make it simple. Guys, in our IDE, IDE means integrated development environment. That is, in our Eclipse, we need to write only Java code, or whatever you are writing in Eclipse, compiler will consider that as a Java code. So right now, if you are writing, this is required to run a Java program, compiler is thinking that, I mean, I have written a Java code and there is no concept like this is required to run a Java program in Java. That's the reason I'm getting an error. So what I want to do, I don't want my compiler to check these statements. I don't want my compiler to compile that particular line. Okay, then simply make it in comment. Please keep that in comment. So if you are keeping a single line in comment by using two double slashes, this line will not be compiled by the compiler. It will ignore it. It will ignore it. I hope you're understanding the point here, guys. So this is actually comment. So why? I mean, why we need to use comment? What is the use of these comments? Okay, guys, mainly two things. Comments are used to explain about the code. Point number one, comments are used to explain about the code. Point number two, comments are used for debugging purpose also. If we want to debug our project, for example, I'm having 100 lines of code. I want to debug. Debug means at every line, what is my output I want to check. Then I'll do one thing. 1 to 20, I will allow to execute. Remaining all the lines, I'll keep in comment. Are you understanding me? 1 to 20, execute. After that, line by line, I'll try to uncomment. Guys, yesterday, whenever we discussed about default values of our primitive data types, first I had kept all the 8 statements in comments, yes or no. Why I had kept all those 8 lines in comments? Why? Because slowly, line by line, I want to execute. I want to debug. I want to check my code. Are you understanding me? So what is the use of these comments? You know, comments are used to, I mean, two cases. Two uses are there, mainly two uses. First use, comments are used to explain about the code. Second one is, comments are used for debugging the code also. And yes, we can keep a single line in comment, that is simply 2 backslashes. We can keep a single line in comment, or we can keep multiple lines also in comment. Now, if you want to keep multiple lines in comment, we need to write /* whenever the compiler came across slash and a star, until it came across star and a slash, remaining all the code will be considered as a comment only. I hope you're understanding the point. So very simple concept, guys. If you want to keep a single line in comment, use 2 slashes. If you want to keep multiple lines in comment, what we need to use? /**/. Am I clear with this? Online students, I want you to please respond, guys. Online student, yeah, Yogesh, yes. Guys, I want you to please respond. Amazing. That is actually very good. Okay. Yeah, I mean, no need to write this. I'll be uploading it in the Google Classroom, guys. No need to write this. Okay. Now, guys, I have a question. Who wants to answer? Good job. You don't want to get placed? Girls, I told you. Why no one is lifting the hand? One more time. I have a question. Everyone, guys, I have a question. Who wants to answer? Please raise. That is very good. Now, make this happen. Please make this happen. See, if you say wrong answer, nothing will happen. What will happen? You will learn. That's it. Please, never backstep. Please. Okay, now this question is for everyone. Guys, please tell me. Do you know class loader? Class loader. Yes or no? Tell me, how many actions will be done by the class loader? 3 actions. What are those? Loading, linking, initialization. Loading, linking, and initialization. Okay. Tell me, what class loader is going to initialize? What? That is correct. That is correct. What class loader is going to initialize? Static static variables. Actually, on the day when I discussed about internal architecture of JVM, I told you this point. Guys, class loader is going to initialize static variables. I said, now answer my question. How many types of variables are there? Answer. What are those? One more time. How many types of variables are there? Three types. What are those? Instance, static, local. Okay. Buddy, you. Raise your hand. Behind. Yes. Sit down. No need to stand. Tell me. Class loader. How many actions will be done by the class loader? One more time. How many actions will be done by the class loader? Tell me. Tell me. Class loader is going to perform three actions: loading, linking, initialization. And when you're speaking about initialization, on the day I said this, guys, class loader is going to initialize static variables. On that day only I said this, guys, there are basically three types of variables are there. Three types of variables are there. What are those? Instance, static, local. And on that day I told you we are going to discuss about these variables very soon. Did you remember that? And today is that day. Today, we are going to discuss about these variables. Please keep your heading as variables. And there is a little bit notes you need to write. There are, a lot of points are there. First, I want you to write the points. I will dictate. Listen, guys, listen. For instance variables, there will be some points. For static variables, there will be some points. For local variables, there will be some points. First, I want you to write these points. And after that, with the help of the code, I'll try to explain. Is that okay for everyone? First, write the points. Okay. First, please write the points. Please keep your citing as variables. First point. Variables are nothing but reserved memory locations. Variables are nothing but reserved memory locations to store the values. In Java, variables are classified into complete the sentence. Three types. Perfect. Three types. First one, instance variables. Second one, static variables. Third one, local variables. Please keep us heading as instance variables. Please keep your citing as instance variables. Note on the point. The variables which are declared, guys, I want you to understand and write. Okay. Now, the variables which are declared inside a class, outside any method, or a block, outside any method or a block or a constructor or a constructor are known as ARE, are known as instance variables, are known as instance variables. Next point. We can access an instance variable in we can access an instance variable in case we can access an instance variable in two ways. First one, by using identifier name, and by using class object. Second one is by using class object or class instance. Class object or class instance. Class object or class instance, both are same. Next point. For instance variables, JVM will, for instance variables, JVM will automatically initialize them with their, for instance variables, JVM will automatically initialize them with their default values of the automatically initialize them with their default values of the data types. Next point. If instance variable name and local variable name, if instance variable name and local variable name both are same, then the first priority will be given to, local variables. Next point. For every instance, please keep this point in star. For every instance, a separate copy of instance variable will be created. Dot. Continuation. Inside the braces means how many objects we are creating, inside a class, those many copies of how many objects we are creating inside a class, those many copies of instance variables will be created. Those many copies of instance variables will be created. Right. Now, Take a minute time and read all these points slowly. Slowly. I don't want you to by heart. I want you to understand. After that, I'm going to ask you some questions. Don't by heart. Understand. Why late? Make sure from tomorrow you should be coming down. And done. Okay. Now, guys, please listen. A simple question. Very simple question. What are instance variables? What are instance variables? Sir, instance variables means we need to write a variable inside a class. Inside a class, not inside a method or else a block or else a constructor. We need to write a variable inside a class. Those are known as instance variables. Okay, very good. Now tell me, in how many ways we can access an instance variable? What do you mean by accessing? Calling. Yes. What do you mean by accessing? Calling. Like in how many ways we can access an instance variable? 2 ways. First one is by using, I mean, for example, in class A, listen, in class A, I'm having a variable int x. Imagine in class A, I'm having a variable int x equal to 10. I want to print it. What are my options? What are my options? I want to print. If I want to print, I need to access it. Yes or no here? Tell me. System.out.println x. What is that x? Identifier name. Are you understanding me? Now tell me, in how many ways I can access an instance variable? In how many ways? What are those? Identifier name and class object or class instance, both are same. Now tell me the second way. Yeah. See, one more time. Guys, listen. If I want to print x, which is present in class A, what you are saying, system.out.println x. That is first way. What is that first way? Tell me. Identifier name. Now I want to use second way. Tell me. Yeah, system.out.println. That is correct. Tell me. New. Why you are writing new? New after that? Class A. What is that class A? Constructor. Yes or no here? After that? Dot x. Method means method calling. Guys, here we are not calling method. What we are trying to access? Variable. Are you understanding me? Respond. Now, one more time. Tell me, what is an instance variable? A variable which is declared inside a class, outside any method, block, or a constructor. Okay, tell me how many ways I can access an instance variable. I'm sorry, how many ways? Now, for example, I'm having class A. In class A, I'm having int I equal to 100. Int I equal to 100. Now I want to print that I. Tell me what are my options. System.out.println. That is first way or second way? First way. Identifier name. Now tell me second way. System.out.println new class A dot. That is the second way. What is the second way? By access, I mean, by using. Am I clear with this? Now please tell me. For instance variables, JVM will automatically initialize them. Hang on. What do you mean by initialization? Value. For instance variables, JVM will automatically initialize them with their default values. I'll show you with the help of a code. Wait for it. And yes, if instance variable name and local variable name both are same, then the first priority will be given to, sir, what are local variables? Yeah, wait. I'll let you know. Now, last point, fifth point, for instance variable, I mean, for every instance, a separate copy of instance variable will be created. Guys, that point not today. We are going to discuss that point after constructor. When we are going to start discussing constructor, maximum by tomorrow. Am I clear with this? Fifth point, please wait for it. I'll let you know. Now, please keep your side heading as static variable. Please keep your side heading as static variable. Not on the point. Not on the point. These variables are declared static variable. Not on the point. These variables are declared inside a class, comma, inside a class, comma, outside any method, or a block, or a constructor, and with the help of static keyword. Underline that word, with the help of static keyword. One more time I am repeating the statement. These variables are declared inside a class, outside any method or a block or a constructor, and with the help of static keyword. Okay. Point number 2. Static variables will be initialized. Static variables will be initialized at the time of class loading. Did you remember this statement? Static variables will be initialized at the time of class loading. I said exactly the same line when I discussed about internal architecture of JVM, right? Now also the same point. Static variables will be initialized at the time of class loading. Now, guys, tell me. Answer my question. In how many ways we can access an instance variable? Everyone, what are those? Identifier name and class of. We can access a static variable in 3 ways. Listen. We can access a static variable in 3 ways. By using identifier name, by using class object, and by using class name. Write the point. By your own. Next point. Okay, right. No problem. We can access a static variable in 3 ways. By using identifier name by using class object and by using class name. Next point. For static variables, JVM will automatically initialize them. For static variables, JVM will automatically initialize them with their default values of the data types. With their default values of the data types. Next point. Point number 5. If a static variable and local variable, if a static variable and a local variable are having same name, if a static variable and local variable are having same name, then the first priority will be given to the local variables. Then the first priority will be given to the local variables. Next point, please keep this point in star. Next point. A static variable can never be a static variable can never be a local variable. A static variable can never be a local variable. Last point. There will be only one copy of static variable. There will be only one copy of static variable available in the entire program. There will be only one copy of static variable available in the entire program. Dot. Now, guys, answer my question. In how many ways we can access an instance variable? Instance variable. Yes, what are those? Identifier name and class object. In how many ways I can access a static variable? What are those? Identifier name, class object, class name. If instance variable name and local variable name both are same, then the first priority will be given to local variable. If static variable and local variable name both are same, then the first priority will be given to local variable. Now, this point is very important point. How many copies of instance variable will be available in your program? How many copies of instance variable will be available in your program? Sir, how many objects you are creating, those many copies of instance variable will be available in your program. Am I clear with this? Respond. So what about static variables? Only one copy. Kindly please do remember this, guys. Again, I'm telling you this, guys. Last point in instance variable and last point in static variable, you need to wait for it. Not today. These 2 points today we will not discuss. We are going to discuss these 2 points exactly after 3 days. Wait for it. Kindly please wait for it. Okay. Now, please keep assigning as local variables. Not a small point for me. The variables which are declared the variables which are declared inside a method or a block, the variables which are declared inside a method or a block or a constructor, inside a method or a block or a constructor are known as ARER, are known as local variables, are known as local variables. Next point. We can access a local variable. We can access a local variable only with the help of its. We can access a local variable only with the help of its identifier name. Only with the help of its identifier name. Next point. Next point. The scope of a local variable, the scope of a local variable is only within that method. The scope of a local variable is only within that method. Only within that method dot. Inside the braces, continuation inside the braces means we cannot access, we cannot access a local variable, we cannot access a local variable outside the method. We cannot access a local variable outside the method. Next point, point number 4. Please keep this point in star. Point number 4, please keep this point in star. For local variables, JVM will not, for local variables, JVM will not assign any default values. For local variables, JVM will not assign any default values, comma. It is the responsibility of the, it is the responsibility of the programmer, it is the responsibility of the programmer, it is the responsibility of the programmer to initialize them. It is the responsibility of the programmer to initialize them. Next point. Next point. If we are declaring a local variable, if we are declaring a local variable and if we are not using that variable, and if we are not using that variable, then our program will be executed. Then our program will be executed normally. Then our program will be executed normally, comma, but if we are using a local variable, but if we are using a local variable without initialization, we will be getting an we will be getting an compile time error. We will be getting an compile time error. Dot. So guys, take 2 minutes time. Take 2 minutes time right now, and please read all these points. After that, I'm going to go with the program. Please, it's okay. Take time. Take 2 minutes time. You have written a lot of notes up to now. Take a break. 2 minutes. Read. Please read the points. What is this? One last minute. And time up. All right. Now, guys, please close your books. Come on, come on, come on. Please close your books. Close your books, please. Be fast, be fast, be fast. Great. All right. Now, I'm going to write the code. I want you to please help me with the code. All right. So, int a equal to 10. Int a equal to 10. Static static int b equal to 20. Void method 1 meth method 1 like this. Okay. Method 1 int c equal to 30 like this. Now I have a simple question. Listen. Concentrate. Once the class got completed, you can have your own discussions. Concentrate. Concentrate. Right. Now, guys, I have a very simple question. How many variables are there? How many variables are there? How many instance variables are there? How many? One instance variable. How many static variables are there? How many local variables are there? Okay, now tell me, this is which variable? That is correct. Instance var ia. This is instance variable. This is static variable. Static variable, and this is local variable. That is correct. That is correct. Okay. Now I'll do one thing. For example, system.out.println, system.out.println. Now I just want to access my instance variable. I just want to print my instance variable. That's it, not more than that. Okay, instnc instance var instance variable a plus a. You know, I can write like this, right? Okay, now just like this. Now 2, 3, like this. Okay, I'll do one thing. Let me just try to do a small change here. Okay, no, n, and here also I just want to go like this. Now tell me guys, in how many ways I can access an instance variable? This is which way? By using identifier name. There is one more way. What is that? Yeah, what is that? By using class object. Okay, now please tell me the code to access my instance variable with the help of class object. You tell me the code, I'll write the code. New class A dot. That is actually perfect. That is actually perfect. Okay. Now, just like this, I want to access my static variable also. Just let me try to keep it like this, and static variable B, and here also B, and here also B. Now, this is actually accessing a static variable by using identifier name. Now, I want to access a static variable by using class object. Okay, just a sec. Okay, by using class object. Please tell me the code. New class A dot B. Okay. Now finally, what is that? I mean, what is the last way? By using class name. And please tell me the code. Class A dot. That is perfect. That is perfect. Okay. Now here, I mean, lastly, finally, this is like local variable. I want to access my local variable. Tell me guys, in how many ways I can access a local variable? Only one way. Don't say one way. Say only one way. One more time. Please tell me, in how many ways I can access an instance variable, static variable, local variable? Only one way. And what is that way? By using identifier name. Okay, just let me try to, okay, local variable. What is my local variable? This is C, right? Okay, I'm just trying to go with C, and here also let me just try to change it as B, and of course B. All right, so let me go to my main method. Okay, main method. Now inside my main method, I'm actually creating an object, new class A. I just want to have a reference here, please. AOBJ belongs to class A, and simply please tell me the code. AOBJ dot method one. I mean, I'll be able to access my method. Now let me just try to execute my program. Right click, run as Java application. Right click, run as Java application, and there will be our output. Instance variable 10, static variable 20, and local variable, that is C, is 30. I believe it's clear, guys, for everyone. So for one last time, guys, please tell me, in how many ways we can access an instance variable? What are those? class or in how many ways I can access a static variable? Identifier name, class, object, and in how many ways I can access a local variable? What is that? Amazing. Okay, now guys, here, if you observe line number 16, you are getting a small yellow color line. Just, can you see this? A small yellow color line? Yes or no? Yeah? Now, actually, this is a warning. I mean, not an error. Listen, not an error. It is a warning. See, why it's a warning? Because, see, guys, B is a static variable. You know, if it is declared as a static variable, we can directly call a static variable with the help of its class name. No need of creating an. Guys, remember this point. It is always a good programming practice to create as less number of objects as possible. So here it is getting a warning. Why? Because, buddy, this is a static variable. You know, you can access a static variable directly with the help of class name. And why you are creating an object? That is the only reason it is just showing as a warning, not an error. Am I clear with this? It is always advisable to access a static variable directly with the help of its respective dot. Okay, now I'll do one thing. For example, right now I'm having one more method. Okay, this is method 1. Just let me try to go with one more method, void method 2 and system.out.println. Simply, I'm just trying to write method 2 call, and now I'm actually going to write 3 statements, by the way. What are those 3 statements? First one, okay, copy, paste. Second one, copy, paste. Third one, copy, paste. Okay. Now, in method 2, what is my output at line number 24? Come on. Why 10? Come on. What is A value? Okay, I'll do one thing. Let me just try to keep this in common. And AOBJ dot method. I'm just only calling method 2, by the way. Okay. Here my output is 10. Yes or no? What is my output here? What is my output here? 20. What is my output here? 30. Are you sure 30? Tell me. Why? Why we are getting an error at line number 26? It is a C is a local variable. What is the scope of a local variable? Only within the method. Are you understanding me, guys? The scope of a local variable. Once if you declare any variable as a local variable, sir, what is a local variable? A variable which is declared inside a method or inside a block or else inside a constructor are known as a local variable. What is the scope of a local variable? Only within that method. We cannot access a local variable outside the method. Am I clear with this? Respond. Now, static variable, instance variable. Listen to this point clearly. Static variable, instance variable. We can access both these variables throughout the program. Anywhere in the program, we can access an instance variable and a static variable. No problem. What is the scope of instance variable and static variable? Throughout the program. What is the scope of a local variable? Answer. Only within that particular method. Am I clear with this? Now here, actually, what is happening here, whenever we are writing C here, okay, compiler is able to understand what is this C. I mean, C value is 30. Fine, we will be getting our output here as 30. But whenever you are writing C here, compiler does not know what is that C. It's unable to recognize. I hope it's clear, guys, for everyone. Okay, so that's the reason here we will be getting an error. Okay, for example, just for example, int A equal to 1000, int B equal to 2000, and int C equal to 3000. Now, guys, answer my question. Here, C value is, you need to respond. This 30 belongs to, this C value belongs to, if I remove, see, already I removed it. Am I getting any error? No, I'm actually not getting any error. So now tell me, what is my output? Okay, what is my output at line number 28? What is my output at line number 28? I'm sorry. 10 or 1000? 1000? Why? I want you to please read the fourth point of instance variables in your notes. Oh, you already closed it. Okay, keep it. Keep like that. Keep like that. Tell me. The point is on the board. If instance variable and local variable are having same name, then the first priority will be given to. So what will be our output here? What will be our output here? 1000. What will be the output here? Why? Come on, please read the fifth point. If static variable and local variable are having same name, then the first priority will be given to. So right now, so please tell me one more time. At line number 28, what is my output? At line number 29, what is my output? At line number 30, what is my output? Right click on as Java application, and yes, that will be exactly the same outputs what we will be getting here. Okay, now you. I want to access my instance variable at method 2. Are you understanding me? My question is, right now if I'm printing here, I'm getting an error. I mean, I'm not getting any error. I'm not getting my desired output. What is the output I'm expecting? Tell me. 10. I want to get 10. Tell me what I need to do. Wait. Tell me. Louder. No. Anyone from girls? I want to access my instance variable. Please tell me. I don't want to remove the local variable. Local variable will be like that only, but I want to access my instance variable. Anyone from girls? Wait. Raise your hand. If you want to answer, raise your hand. Tell me. That is actually very good. You, what is your answer? In how many ways we can access an instance variable? One more time. In how many ways we can access an instance variable? What are those? Identifier name and class out. Clearly here, whenever we are using identifier name, we are unable to access our requirement. Am I right or wrong? So can we use class object? I hope you're understanding the point here. Now tell me. Now I want to access my static variable also. Tell me. Avoid creating an object. Tell me. Class A dot B. Okay, now please tell me what is my output right now. 10 here, right click, run as Java application, and of course, we will be getting exactly the same output. Am I clear with this? Answer my question. If instance variable name and local variable name both are same, then the first priority will be given to. In that case, how to access my instance variable? By using class object. In how many ways we can access an instance variable? What are those? Class object. In how many ways I can access a static variable? What are those? What is the recommended approach? I'm sorry, what? Class name. What is the scope of a local variable? One more time. What is the scope of a local variable? Only within that particular method. I believe it's clear, guys. Okay, can you access a static variable throughout the program? Local variable throughout the program? Instance variable throughout the program? That is perfect. We can do that. We can do that. Okay, now I have one more small doubt. That is, I'll do one thing. Let me open my Eclipse. Okay, okay. Now here, I'm going to take int x, static int y, static int y. Let me just try to go with one more method, please. Void method 3, and int z. In z. Okay. Now tell me, what is this? What is that? Instance variable. Okay. Copy it. Just let me try to paste it. Instance variable. Next one. Static variable. Next one. Local variable. Obviously, this is local variable. Okay. Now my question is, buddy, you, green checks. Okay. Now my question is, here, did I declared or initialized? Wait. Louder. Louder. What do you mean by it? No. What do you mean by declaration? That is correct. Tell me loudly. That is correct. That is correct. Guys, declaration means creating a variable. Initialization means assigning some value. Okay. Right now, I just declared an instance variable. I just declared a static variable. And I just declared a local variable. Okay. Now, I'll do one thing. System.out.println. Come on. Okay. System.out.println. Simply I'm having instance variable plus x. Okay, instance variable, static variable, and local variable. Let me go like y and z. I'll do one thing, guys. Let me just try to make this as Boolean. This is int, this is Boolean. Okay, and let me do one thing. Instead of int, can I take it as float? FLOAT, float? Yes or no? Now tell me, this is float, this is Boolean, and yeah, this is int. Now, if I remove this line number 38, okay, I'm actually going to call syso system.out.println. System.out.println. Just let me try to have a small differentiation line between method 1 and method 2. And I actually want to keep it in comment, and method 2 comment, and of course it will be in comment. Now I'm just trying to call AOBJ dot method 3. Okay. Now if I call, like if I execute my method 3, right now, if I remove line number 38 from the comment, what will be my output? I'm sorry? 0.0 or 0 or 0.0 F? Anyone is saying F? Anyone is saying F? Why we need to write F? Why we need to write F? Why? Because every decimal value in Java is by default considered as, one more time. Why? Because every decimal value in Java is by default considered as double. In order to inform to the compiler that it is not double, it is float, we need to write F. Can we write small f? Can we write capital F? And now tell me what is my output right now? 0.0 F. F. 0. Right click, run as Java application, and surprisingly that is correct. That is correct. Okay. Now, guys, who gave this 0.0? Yeah, who assigned that default value? For instance variables, JVM will automatically initialize them with their default values. And I bet you already know what do you mean by initialization. Do you know initialization? What do you mean by initialization? Exactly. For instance variables, JVM will automatically provide them with their default values. Okay. Now, what about line number 39? Why? I'm sorry, what? Default value of? Right click, run as Java application, and that is false. Default value for Boolean is false. Now, up to now, method 3, am I getting any error? One more time. Up to now, in method 3, am I getting any error? Did I declare a local variable? No. Did I declare a local variable? One more time. Did I declare a local variable? Did I initialize it? Am I using it? Am I using it? No. Am I able to execute my program? Yes. Now, am I getting an error at line number 40? Why? We are using it. So what happened, buddy? Listen, guys. For instance variable and static variable, JVM will automatically assign them with their default values. That's fine. That's cool. Right now, at line number 40, you are trying to print a Z value, but you did not give any Z value. Yeah. JVM will give? No. JVM will not provide any default values for the. Whose responsibility is that? Whose responsibility is that? Programmer's responsibility. It is the responsibility of the programmer to initialize a local variable. Now, listen to this statement clearly. Guys, listen. Listen. If you are declaring a local variable and if you are not using it, fine. Your program will execute normally. No problem. But if you are using a local variable without initialization, you will be getting an error. You already know what is initialization. What do you mean by initialization? Assigning some value. Now, please read the last point in the local variables. Last point. If we are declaring a local variable and if we are not using that variable in our program, it will be executed normally. But using a local variable without initialization, we will be getting an error. I believe you understand the point here now. That is very good. Now, guys, one last time. Okay, let me just try to I want to execute my program here also. Yeah, I already executed it. Fine. Not at all a trouble. Now, for one last time. So, answer my question, guys. How many types of variables are there? What are those? Instance, static, and what are instance variables? The variables which are declared outside any method, block, or a constructor are known as instance variable. In how many ways I can access an instance variable? What are those? Identifier name and in how many ways I can access a static variable? What are those? And class name. Okay, in how many ways I can access a local variable? Only. What is that? By using identifier name. Okay, tell me, if instance variable name and local variable name both are same, then the first priority will be given to. If static variable and local variable both are same, then the first priority will be given to. If instance variable name and static variable name both are same, then the first priority will be given to. What? If instance variable and static variable are having same name. That is correct. Let me just try to show you. Guys, please check this. Please check this. String, listen. String S equal to Java. Static string S equal to, it is awesome. Am I getting an error? Yes or no? Instance variable name and static variable name should not be same. If those are same, we will be getting an error. For example, eyes on the board. Eyes on the board. For example, new class A, obj1, class A, obj2. Now tell me, this is which variable? Answer. This is next one, line number 12. Which variable? Static variable. This is which variable? Tell me. Which variable? Which variable? Sir, it's not a variable, it's an object. Not exactly. Not exactly. We can consider that also as a variable. Okay, guys, tell me. What is the value of this A? Respond, guys. Says. What is the value of B? Value of S1? Value of AOBJ1? Object. Class A object. Are you understanding me? We can call this also as a instance variable. Instance. INSTNC. Instance variable. And what is this, guys? It's a static variable. We can call like that. Not at all a trouble. Terminology, guys. Are you understanding the point here? Now, what about this one? What about this one? That is correct. That is correct. Tell me. Local. Are you understanding the point here, guys? Hey, yes or no here? Why? Because this is present only within a method. I mean, main method. We cannot use this AOBJ outside the method. You already know that. In our demo classes only, I told you this. Did you remember this point? This is about variables concept. How is it? Hey, yes or no here? Tell me, how is it? Tell me. Just like that. Enjoy the class. Just enjoy the class. Come on, please have this program. Please. Use shortcuts. Use shortcuts. Use shortcuts. Vishnu, please be clear in your question. I did not understand your question. Please be clear in your question, Vishnu. Preeti, why you are getting that doubt? I did not got your question, Preeti. Give me a question, please. No, you will not be able to see the chat. Only I'll be able to see the chat. If you're having any doubt, feel free to ask me in the chat. No problem. This is not that. Okay, Preeti? Great. See, Bhanu Prakash, first priority in the sense, in a method, if you're having the same instance variable name and local variable, then obviously whenever you're trying to access with the help of identifier name, local variable will be getting printed, not instance variable. No, Vishnu, no, that's not possible. You need to wait for static concept, Vishnu. Okay. Could you please do that? Great. Sumit, you cannot access a local variable outside the method in any way. And Vishnu, if you know the concept, kindly please wait for that concept. Okay. No need to test whether I'm going to give the correct answer or not. Please wait for the concept. I hope you understand, Vishnu. Preeti, not right now. It will take time. Not right now, Preeti. If any new batches are coming, my batches, I'll update it in Instagram. And guys, by the way, if you observe line number 32 and line number 33, we are having a small yellow color line, like just like a warning. Why? We are declaring, but we are not using them. So it's warning because why you have declared without using them. That's it, not more than that. Please use shortcuts. Yeah, wait, Jahanavi, please wait. Guys, make sure you are writing the code. Again, I'm saying you. Use shortcuts, but make sure you're writing the code. That's the code. Completed? At line number 46, we'll be getting compile time error, right? All right. Done. And guys, a small advice, that is, if you want to execute all these methods at a time, make sure you are keeping these two lines in comment at a time. Why we need to keep these two lines in comment? Wait for constructors concept. You'll understand. Wait for it. I hope it's clear, guys. If you want to execute all the three methods at a time, please make sure you are keeping these two lines in comment. I believe it's clear, guys, for everyone. All right. All right. So that's it, guys. That's it for today. That's it for today. And tomorrow, yes, from tomorrow onwards, we are going to start discussing about constructors concept from tomorrow onwards. Tomorrow will be like a intro. Day after tomorrow, key points in constructors. You will enjoy it. You'll enjoy it. Trust me. And tomorrow is Friday. Friday, Saturday, Monday. By Monday, you'll understand 5th point in instance variables and 7th point in static variables. I believe it's clear, guys, for everyone. All right, guys. That's it, guys. That's it for today. That's it for today. Thank you. Thank you for listening. We'll be trying to continue our sessions again by tomorrow. Online students, I hope you enjoyed our session. Kindly please respond in the chat, guys. Online students, please respond in the chat. Vishnu, don't take that. Okay, it's okay, buddy. No problem. No, I want it actually. It's okay. Not at all a trouble, Vishnu. All right. Okay, buddy. Feel free, Vishnu. No problem. No problem. I hope you are understanding the concepts well. Like you said, you already undergone with another session, right? So are you comfortable with the way which I'm explaining? That's great. That is great. Fine then. We'll discuss about that in our coming classes. Okay. And how to join database and UI classes, Shanti, please contact the admin. They'll let you know, like online. Okay. And online students, one more small thing I want to say. Do you know, like if you are present in Hyderabad and attending online, I strongly advise you to come to offline classes. If you are present in Hyderabad and attending online, I advise you to come to offline. That would be great. You can enjoy the session. And online students, if the people, like if you are not having any chance to come to Hyderabad, then please concentrate on the classes correctly, guys. All right. All right. So that's it, guys. That's it for today. I hope you enjoyed our today's session. We'll be trying to continue the session again by tomorrow. Thank you, guys. Thank you for listening. See you. Bye.